Hey, it's Blake from the Pixelists, and we're going to be talking today about your definitive guide to Helltide zone farming. If you're not familiar with Helltides, this is the in-game event that you will absolutely be needing to do once you have finished the campaign. We'll be talking through exactly how do you do this well, how do you get the most bang for your buck, and more importantly, why should you be farming it? Now, the first reason you're going to be wanting to be doing Helltides is because Helltides are a great source of Forgotten Souls. In fact, it's the only source of Forgotten Souls, which are one of the materials you need to upgrade your gear at the end game. Now, if you didn't know this, you can upgrade your gear in Diablo 4 by going to the blacksmith, and here you can upgrade your gear 5 times total. Now, the final tiers are going to require this main reagent, Forgotten Souls, to be able to do it. The only place to get those Forgotten Souls is in the Helltide zones. Forgotten Souls drop in the Helltide zones. They come from elite packs as well as the chests themselves. And so you will be running these zones time and time again to be able to get the Forgotten Souls you need to upgrade all your gear. Now, the good news is if you don't like this kind of zone, let's say you're a more casual player and you don't like the idea of having to be online at a certain time, the good news is Helltides are fairly common, and more importantly, you really don't need very many Forgotten Souls to upgrade your entire gear set. So since this may be an activity you're having to do time and time again, I thought it'd be good to walk through really how do you farm this well and what should you be focusing on. Really, the main thing you're doing is looking for these things called aberrant cinders. These cinders are a currency, you can see it at the top right of my screen, that you're then going to use to open a chest. These chests are all over the map, and every chest has a certain item slot that is within that chest. So for example, there will be a chest that is specifically for helms. That means whenever you open that chest, it's going to give you a helm item. Now, at first glance, you would think that this is what you should be doing, that you should be farming cinders and going from chest to chest. However, this is really not worth your time. Instead, what you should be doing is every time you do a Helltide zone, you should be looking for mysterious chests. Now, mysterious chests are interesting because, first of all, they don't show up on the world map. You have to find them. The mysterious chests are way better than the average chest. The average chest is going to drop sometimes a legendary item, but unfortunately, sometimes you'll open it and you'll get just a rare item. Mysterious chests, on the other hand, are always going to drop anywhere from 2 to up to 6 different legendaries. So it is absolutely most worth your time. It's going to give you the biggest return on items. And I really can't think of any reason not to open a mysterious chest unless you're just explicitly hunting for a certain item type. Now, the good thing is that these chests are always at set spawn points. Fortunately, a Redditor has figured out where these things are. I'll put a link in the comments to where that map is. But essentially, whenever you go to a zone, there is going to be 1, 2, or 3 different spawn points for the mysterious chest. And you'll simply go to one of them. If it's not there, it's at the other location. One caveat with this is that at the top of every hour, that's the real-time clock hour, the chest will flip to the next location. So the benefit to this is if you get a Helltide before the top of the hour, you can rush to 175 cinders to open this mysterious chest. And then at the top of the hour, it'll change to the next location and you can go to the other one within the same zone. So let's talk about what are the best ways to farm aberrant cinders. Now, there are a couple of things to keep in mind here. First of all zones are not created equal. You are hunting for zones that have really strong monster packs. Now, these are areas that already are populated before the Helltide was there. And specifically, you're looking for monster packs that typically have high density. So good examples of this are like the Drowned in Skazglen, which are typically larger packs, spider packs in Hazawar. These are larger than normal packs and are going to reward you with more cinders as you kill them. So be looking for those larger packs within the zone. Second of all, a great source of aberrant cinders are the public events, which there are many of them, always multiple within a certain zone. Now, there are some other details with the Hellfire zones. Notably, if you die, you lose half your cinders. So be careful storing up too many of these, because if you're not able to survive in a Helltide zone, it may be a stretch to save up to that 175 number if you're always dying. In that case, it's much better to open those cheaper chests, at least until you get a bit stronger. There's also some rare materials that you'll need for upgrades in addition to the Forgotten Souls. There's something called Fiend Roses, which are interactable herbs that you can loot. And I think also it's called a Screaming Hellvein or something to that effect. But you will need the Fiend Rose in order to upgrade some of your gear, so make sure you're keeping an eye out for that as well. Overall, to summarize, you're going to be looking for these big packs or public events to collect cinders, which you'll then use to open mysterious chests. Going from mysterious chest to mysterious chest is typically the best return on your investment of time, and this is really what you should be focused on when spending time here. Now, one other detail, there is a boss in this zone, Kixareth, I don't know how to pronounce it. This boss is a meat shield and absolutely not worth your time doing. I've killed this boss several times. He drops a few Forgotten Souls, a handful of cinders. It does not have any kind of special cosmetic, as far as I know, and it also doesn't seem to have any kind of inflated drop percentage on any kind of item. One last thing to note is if you're in a group, you're definitely going to collect cinders much faster. In being in a group, keep in mind that loot and XP has a large, maybe even zone-wide infinite range. So if you're playing with friends, it's better for each of you to take a section, kill a bunch of mobs, rotate, and then you can pick up all the cinders that were left over from your teammates in another part of the zone. All that to say, if you have any other tips or tricks with the Helltide zones, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments below, and I will make sure to include it in our next video. Stay tuned to more Diablo updates. I hope you're enjoying the game, and I'll catch you later. See ya.